nothing goes how I plan. Things I'm going through, nobody really understands. Well, I've been kicked, well, I've been down, but I live to fight another round. Yeah, I stood my ground, and I'm stronger now. But I keep fighting, I won't be silent. So many chapters in my life that still need writing. I just keep driving, keep my eyes on the horizon, knowing soon I'm gonna find that silver lining. Just like Daniel and the lions, David and Goliath. The devil says I'm done, but I won't buy it. Well, I'm still fighting. Have you ever been forgotten about or left behind? You wanted to run, decided to stand and fight. You played the fool, you've been abused. You might not have a thing to prove, but I hate to lose. So I tell you what I'm gonna do. Well, I keep fighting, I won't be silent. So many chapters in my life that still need writing. I just keep driving, keep my eyes on the horizon, knowing soon I'm gonna find that silver lining. Just like Daniel and the lions, David and Goliath. The devil says I'm done, but I won't buy it. Well, I'm still fighting, fighting. I just keep fighting. Well, I'm still fighting. I won't be silent. So many chapters in my life that still need writing. I just keep driving, keep my eyes on the horizon, knowing soon I'm gonna find that silver lining. Just like Daniel and the lions, David and Goliath. The devil says I'm done, but I won't buy it. I won't buy it. The devil says I'm done, but I won't buy it. Well, I'm still fighting. Okay. How you doing, everybody? Well, I'll tell you something. It's a very, very hot day. And I'm here. And we are trying to bring in a guest here. But we're checking on the connection or whatever it is. I don't know. But it is 6:03 now. So here I am. And it's damn hot outside. We got fan. The generator I got, it is not kicking the AC on, and so we got fans going, and it's still hot as a cucumber. It's warm, and it's supposed to be this way for what is it? Another week? Another week of this heat. So pay attention to the elderly and the elder people, they're older people, and you know, make sure they don't get into heat exhaustion. Okay, this is an alert to everybody. You know that pay attention to the fucking heat because the fucking heat is hot, and the elderly need to be looked after, and others that may need water or whatever. So anyway, welcome back to the broadcast. And again, Trudeau is still in power.
We're still on the heels. So we've still got that petition going around. And we've got a very knowledgeable person coming into the show today. He's kind of like me. So today I figured, well, today me and Jeff are going to brainstorm on the big show here today. Let's see if we can bring in at each. There he is. Hello, Jeff. Can you hear me okay?
What's up, Ruddi? Can you hear me?
Ah, right on.
I
I
can hear
got you.
you. Can
Got
you
you
hear
on
me?
there. Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing today?
Cool.
You're out. Explain to the audience whereabouts in
We
the
just
neck of the
arrived
woods you
back
are.
from the. I'm actually from Moncton, New Brunswick.
Moncton.
I'm actually was born in Toronto. My mother brought us down here, me and my sister, to New Brunswick, Moncton, New Brunswick. We haven't turned back since. We love it down here.
So, Jeff, tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
So just like you, for the last, for 7 years.
Mm. You've been out doing the same thing I'm doing.
Well, I was pretty much like yourself, awake
You're Jeff.
for the
Jeff, you're
longest
cutting
time,
in
ever
and out.
since the whole 9/11 bullshit that happened.
Yeah.
Something just at the time, and when the when the planes, yep.
Do you have a set of earplugs? I mean, earphones.
When the planes were hitting the buildings.
Oh boy, see, he's got to get earphones on. Jeff, can you hear me?
Can you hear me, bud?
Yeah. Do you have a set of earphones?
Yeah, I can hear you, Rude.
Yeah, but do you have a set of earphones you could put on?
Why
your voice is
headphones
cutting in and
for?
out. Yeah, your voice is cutting in and out, right? So maybe if you set up a mic.
It's probably because yeah, I got a mic here, bud.
Okay. Try that.
I got a mic. Hold on. Let me try something, Ruddi. Hold on.
Okay. Just bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're just having a few little technical difficulties.
Can you hear me now?
We'll get it ironed out there. Yeah, I can still hear you. Yeah. Can you hear me?
How about now, my friend?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep. I should be good now, right?
Yeah, yep. I think so.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Let's start at the big, go back a bit. Let's go back a bit. So you started about 7 years ago, and take it from there.
Correct. Like I said, it just like yourself, that everything that I've learned was always common sense through the whole 9/11. And after the 9/11, 23 years ago, I start seeing things behind the scenes that no one could see. Everybody always thought I was crazy, but to me, it was like, I don't know. It was like, it's pretty much like Donald Trump, everything was 3D, 4D, but for me, I was on a different level. And for the longest time, people thought I was crazy. And to this very day, when the whole pandemic started, right from the first day that it started, that's when I started podcasting, like literally the first day, telling the people, don't fall for this bullshit trap, because there's no such thing as a deadly virus. I'm educated to know that, viruses that kill people are not natural, they're man-made. So ever since then, it's been 4 years I've been doing podcasts to wake everybody up, and I've been doing them because a lot of people had no hope. And I do mean that. I mean, I had mothers telling me that, not just only a mother, but one mother in particular shocked me. She has like 6 kids, and she said she wanted to commit suicide because she didn't see a future. And that hurt me right there. So for me, from that day on, I kept on going. And there's a lot of people that still tell me if it wasn't for me, they didn't see a future, because everything they were hearing from other podcasters was fear-mongering. And I just made everybody feel comfortable that by using your common sense that none of this shit that's going to happen with the central banking, the whole second pandemic, the whole and new world order, everything you can imagine, the FEMA camps, everything that people were scared of, I would predict and tell them what was going to happen, and my viewers know I've been spot on.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Yeah. That's why
But
I
then
allow you to,
we ran into the
bring
problem of Facebook, and that Facebook was banning us for, like, at first it started 90 days at a time, and so on and so on. So this really interrupted the broadcast and the message getting out there. Did you find that as well?
Dude, I'm on my sixth account.
You're on your what?
I'm on my sixth account. I mean,
oh wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
There was a time I had, this is my sixth account on Facebook. First time I started, I had something like 33,000. Oh, I hate to use the word 33 because that's a Mason number. But I had over 30,000 followers. And then that didn't last long, obviously, because, Facebook wiped it out.
Yeah, they did a lot of disruption as far as getting that information out there to the people. But we did do some dent. I mean, I really
Correct.
think that with what we did do, we did help a lot of people in making a critical decision regarding the friggin' what, right?
Oh, 100%, my friend.
The little jab in the arm.
I was the first one to be arrested in the whole freedom convoy movement because they didn't want me to do my speech in Ottawa.
Wow.
So I'm the only one that's been banned from Ottawa for life. So.
Holy moly.
So yeah, it's been interesting. And
yeah,
I was a firefighter until they tried to, force me with the jab, and that was it for firefighting for me. I mean, I put such a stink up that my captain passed away at 55, and then my lieutenant passed away at 48. So,
wow.
So I will never go back into firefighting again, just for the fact that if you can be that ignorant and stupid by taking a jab, if you think that was safe, and people, I mean, if you think about it, Ruddi, why the hell am I going to risk my life to save people that were stopping me from watching my son play hockey for a year? I couldn't go to the restaurants. I couldn't go to the gym. So I literally pretty much seen a different side of people. And I would never go back firefighting just for this reason.
What was it like for you when you went into a supermarket? And I'm sure
let's
you
do
weren't,
it, brother.
You weren't wearing a mask, right? What was it like for you going into a supermarket not wearing a mask? Describe it for us, because I can describe it.
Oh, I was.
No, you're.
Well,
yeah. There,
believe it or not, when it first started, I was going in the. I was literally going in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think so.
I was going into the supermarket with women panties that I would get at the dollar store and using it as a mask to make fun of the people.
Good one.
So, like, literally,
good one.
That's how. I'm serious. It was. I did it to make people would look at me, and it was funny because I was showing them how idiotic they look. With their masks, right? So at the start, it was pretty. My mom was embarrassed to walk around with me, but I do it because in spite, right?
Yeah. Well, being that I never ever put anything on,
it was pretty funny at the start.
I go in there and you could cut the tension with a knife, right? Like, I haven't got a mask, and as soon as you go in the door, oh, where's your mask? I'm exempt. Get the fuck out of here. And then you go in, and it's just my anxiety level was just high. I just couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? It was so looking at all these people with fucking masks on their face, and they don't do shit. Okay, and the whole propaganda behind it was unbelievable. Okay, yeah. So that's how extreme it got.
Well,
so go into what they charge you with.
What people don't understand. yeah, well, if you look up Jeff Monette on Google, you'll see that I was charged with counseling to incite violence because I said the mayor of Ottawa needed a good kick in the ass for lying, and because I said what was it, the news that were lying, we needed to roast marshmallows at every news station. So I got charged for inciting counseling to incite uttering threats or something like that, some bullshit like that. Anyway, they wanted 5 years for just those
Holy
two
shit.
counseling, just talking about
Holy
it.
shit.
5 years, dude. They
Wow.
were asking. Yeah,
Fucking
I was
crazy.
nervous.
Yeah.
I was nervous. I had a couple RCMP friends that literally showed up to Zoom court with me and said, literally just said, you guys are fucked in the head. And there's no way that you can't stop him with his freedom of expression. I had two RCMP friends tell me, if it wasn't for them, I mean, but it's Ottawa. Like my friends told me, a couple of the police that the only ones I trust, they said, Jeff, the worst that could happen, just don't go back to Ottawa. I mean, they're not going to send a warrant for your arrest. So it kind of relieved me because I didn't expect to go back to Ottawa. So I really didn't care if they found me, they give me a conditional discharge, 2 years probation. And the probation actually finished in May. So,
What do you think
but
of the
I can't go back to Quebec.
What do you think of the Coots thing?
You know what, dude? I didn't follow. I've never did any follow up with the guys from the Coots with the whole, they had firearms and shit like that. I know it's just it's a big, it's a big fucking bullshit thing. I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
the RCMP are the biggest mafia in Canada, which I'm hoping they'll defund the RCMP in the future. I really do hope they defund the
No, they're
RCMP
corrupt
in the
as
future.
fuck. They're just as corrupt as Parliament.
Oh yeah, no,
My
it's
opinion.
100%. Yeah, no, the Coots boys, I don't know anything about them. I feel bad for them because I was kind of in the same boat. To be honest with you.
No, I've been following the trial, and it's just
like I said, they were asking five. When the Crown called me and said, because is it a joke?
Oh yeah, big time. Oh yeah, the trial, they haven't proved one inch
It's a big joke.
Of some kind of a conspiracy to kill a cop. Nothing. It's a big fur burger. Even their little ladies of the night RCMP types, even they're lying on the stand. I mean, it's like, come on,
I heard they got set up.
Bullshit. No camera, no audio equipment to really pack in a case.
I hear. I heard some lady.
Fucking bullshit.
Some lady infiltrated.
Yeah. Crazy shit, man.
That's the only thing I know about that trial, Ruddi. Is something about some girl that posed as a lady of the night, and she's their main witness. That's the only thing I really know about the Coots boys, and something about guns and trying to kill police and stuff. I know that's all a crock of shit, but whatever.
Yeah. So let's go
because
into
no one knows this, but
let's go into the adrenochrome.
I want to say no one knows this, but I was approached and
yeah, Jeff.
Yep. What do you want to know about the adrenochrome?
Yeah. Okay. What is the statistics on how many kids in America, Canada, and all this? Because the numbers are unbelievable. And I'll bet you this is tying into the adrenochrome little aspect of it, because it looks like it's a,
Of course.
I mean, that's a lot of friggin' kids going missing all of a sudden. Okay, that's a lot of kids going missing, and I think it ties into that.
Well, they're saying the statistics, believe it or not, and I'll never go by the statistics because who really knows? But they're saying an average of 2 million kids in North America go missing a year. Never found again, obviously. But for me, I always put myself in this 2 million kids. That's 2 million parents. Well, actually, that'd be 4 million parents because you have a mom, you have a dad. So
Yeah.
I don't know about you, my friend, but if my son ever went missing, I would fuck shit up so bad, and I'm just one parent. So I don't know how parents are not doing stuff to find their missing kid. Because I don't know about you, but I would go bonkers
Yeah.
for the
Oh
amount of
yeah.
information. Because there's 3 kids alone. There's 3 kids alone in Moncton in the last month that went missing in Moncton alone. 3 kids.
Wow. Wow.
So adrenochrome, adrenochrome, my friend, is like it's the #1 drug in the entire world where it's been around for centuries. And you can see it at a lot of symbolism with statues they have at the Vatican and all around the world. And what it is it's what they call the fountain of youth, where they scare kids to the point that if they scare them enough, their
Adrenaline.
like their
Yeah.
adrenaline gives such a high that they drain
Yeah.
the blood when the kid is scared. And
Yeah.
this blood is then bottled up and sealed and sold to the elites.
Yeah.
And that's why you have elites like, Celine Dion, Johnny Depp, Brad Pitt, all like you can't even imagine how many celebrities. They look half their age. But the problem is when they stop taking it,
Yeah.
it's the worst drug you can imagine because the side effects are like double. So if
Yeah.
you're 50 and you're not getting your adrenochrome, you're going to look like 80. And that's why you've seen a lot of photos now of Celine Dion. Look at Johnny Depp now. You ain't going to see Brad Pitt anywhere. They all look horrible for the ones that are still alive. That is the celebrities. There's not too many, just to be honest with you.
I think anybody that's caught
Because
on
when
that
Trump
drug,
came into power,
yeah,
his first mission was to shut down every that adrenochrome. Any factories producing adrenochrome, Trump's first mission was to shut them all down, and that's why the celebrities hate Trump with a passion, because they know if they were taking the drug, they were getting charged with let me see here. I'm trying to remember crimes against humanity.
good.
And
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
why a lot of the
That's what I was
celebrities
gonna say.
hate Trump, because
Yeah.
they knew they were screwed.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. That anybody caught on that fucking
So
shit should be charged heavily with crimes against humanity for sure. Oh yeah, definitely.
yep,
Fucking
but
right.
it's about
Yeah. So that's still out there,
they
ladies
have
and gentlemen.
my friend. I mean, you're gonna see. Yeah, you're gonna see stars that you think you're seeing on TV. Like Tom Hanks was the very first celebrity that was executed back in April 2020.
Oh, we lost Jeff there for temporarily. Um, um, just go out and come back in, Jeff. I guess. I think. Wait, here we go. Just a minute. Okay, hold on. Stand by. Stand by. Okay. Now this one. Add to stage. There. Okay,
All
I
right.
think we got you back, Jeff.
Yeah, like I was saying,
Okay.
brother. You're gonna see a lot of celebrities, celebrities. It's eventually going to come out where a lot of the celebrities that you liked, like I liked, you like Robert De Niro, Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, you name them. They are no longer with us, and the ones that are with us are there for a purpose, and that was to expose the rest of them. People that I grew up loving. I can't even watch a movie now with any of those actors in there. And Tom Hanks was the first one to be executed back in April 2020. And I remember reporting, it was one of my big stories I reported of him being in Australia. And they went to get him in Australia, and as soon the marshals, And as soon as he
Wow.
landed in United States, I had videos and pictures showing everybody when I started doing podcasts, and that they were arresting him right on site. But the adrenochrome, like you said, I mean, it's coming out. It's been out there, but it's no longer there. Just to let you know.
Okay. Well, we still got to keep an eye on why all these kids are going missing. That's a lot of kids.
Yeah. Um, I'm going to be honest with you, Rudy. There was, and I do like to use the word was, a lot of kids missing, but I don't think that's happening too much now in the last 2 3 years because of the amount of tunnels that they've been, the amount of tunnels throughout the United States, even Canada, and the tunnels they have across the sea in Europe. They've been what they call DUMBs, DUMMBS, and they're basically underground military bases, what they call them, DUMBs. And they've been flushing out those DUMBs, rescuing kids for the last 7 years.
Wow.
So I personally like to think that 2 million kids that go missing every year, I tend to believe that number is significantly down.
Lower?
Just
Lower?
to just to be honest with you.
Okay. Um, so what's your opinion?
So yeah,
What's
man.
your thoughts?
It's
What
it was a
what
problem.
is
Yep, yep. It was
what's
a
your
problem before,
thoughts
Rudy,
on
but I don't
the
think it's a problem now.
okay. What's your thoughts now on the assassination thing with Trump? What's your thoughts on the assassination thing with Trump now? Jeez, I don't know if you
What
can
are my
still hear me.
thoughts on what?
Yeah, on Trump's attempted assassination.
Um, Rudy, if I
Oh heavens, we lost him, and he's got to come back in again. We'll get him back in here, lady. We're just having a few technical difficulties, and he's going to come back. Where are we here? Is he back? Nope. Okay, he's got to come back in again. Um, but there was a show called what the hell was it? When things happen or something or something. There, we got you back, Jeff. There we go. Can you hear me now? Still?
I'm sorry about that, Rudy. Like I said, yeah, I can hear you. I wanted to do
Good.
this podcast on my cell phone, but for some reason, StreamYard wasn't letting me do it on my cell phone, which was weird. So
Oh, okay.
I'm doing it in an unsecure area that the Wi-Fi sucks. So sorry for this shit that's been
Okay, that's
happening. But
okay. We're just having
as for
some
Donald Trump,
technical
my friend,
difficulties.
if it wasn't for yeah, if it wasn't for Donald Trump, my friend, we'd be in a world of trouble. That's all I can
Yeah,
say for that.
I think so too.
What happened last Saturday with Trump is what happened with Trump last Saturday is something I've been predicting for the past year. It needed to happen to wake up the world to the amount of evilness that's out there.
Oh yeah,
But
lots.
now it's I hate to I yeah, and I'm going to tell you that now it's just clean sailing, clear sailing from here on. Um, but there is going to be a lot more coming out. The Democrats have so much coming; they got a lot of stuff up their sleeves. You can guarantee there's going to be a big bang in the next. I mean, they're backed in the corner, so Trump wasn't supposed to live through that whole ordeal.
Yeah.
So the next thing is going to be really exciting. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I have a few hints what might happen, and it's not gonna be pretty unless the white hats get it controlled. But I've told everybody on my last live Monday night that Biden will be done by the end of the week. And he literally is. I don't know if you heard Ruddi, but he is actually throwing the towel in.
Yep, I'm hearing that too. And
So,
also,
um,
Trudeau is throwing Christopher Freeland under the bus, apparently.
yep, yep, yep. He's throwing.
He's doing.
And I told this to my people back in April.
He's making some kind of shuffle to try and
They're going to
save
try.
his.
They're going to.
What's that?
Yeah. They're going to try to bring in Carney, the climate change Carney.
Oh, really?
You know Carney?
No.
Yeah, yeah. That's 100%. They're bringing in Carney.
What is she? What is the
So
female guy?
you heard it from me.
What is the female
No,
or a
Carney
guy?
is climate Carney. He was the he's a guy.
Okay, he's a guy.
He was the
Okay.
in charge of the Bank of Canada and the Bank of England. He's
Oh
bad
yeah.
news. He's a WEF puppet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're oh yeah. And Pierre Poilievre has his number. Like I mean, Pierre always
Good.
says Pierre Poilievre was in the House of Commons and saying, "We know you guys are going to bring in climate Carney. We're not stupid." And yes, he's worse than Freeland, Pam. He's 10 times worse than Freeland. But it doesn't matter which clown they bring in. They're completely done. And I'll say this again: as soon as Trump becomes president, it doesn't matter what you think is going to happen in Canada. Trump's got full control of Canada because people keep on forgetting about the USMCA deal. Will have full control of Canada. People keep on forgetting about that deal, the NAFTA deal
Yeah.
that was scrapped.
Yeah. Yeah. He signed. He had Trudeau sign that, and it was stated that in that deal that if there was some kind of form of corruption or something, that the U.S. had the right to come in and do an arrest or some shit like
Correct.
that,
Yeah,
some
Section
deal like
55.
that. And what's his name took a big folder to the U.S. embassy there. I forget
I
his
remember
name.
that. Yeah.
And talking about all the crimes and nothing ever got done over that, mind you.
Yep.
But that
Yeah.
was
What was
taken
his
to the
name?
U.S. embassy. Hey,
What was his name? I remember him. I had
uh,
him. I had him on my show.
yeah, I can't
I
remember his
forgot.
name.
Yeah.
He's
Whatever
got a
happened to
funny
him?
name. Oh, he's still trying to do something. He's still talking about. I think, as a matter of fact, he's in on the sovereign petition, I believe, because
Okay.
they have the right to make an arrest in Parliament. The people have to tell them to do it. They have to be persuaded, I guess you want to say. So that's the reason why we need a lot of people on this petition, the sovereign petition. So it's basically the people's voice in here in this situation. Um, but I think you're right. I think once Trump gets in there,
Yeah,
it's
he's
going to
cleaning
be
house.
fucking interesting. I think.
He's cleaning
You know what I
house.
mean?
Yeah.
I
He's cleaning.
because I
Cleaning
mean
house.
he's already said about he's going to make the biggest mass migration or deportation
Deportation.
ever in Canada. I mean in the U.S.
U.S.
Right?
history. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so um, where are they going to rush to? Well, we're right north of there, so that's going to cause a huge influx at the border, our border, right?
Well, I think I don't think it. I seen it. Pierre Poilievre actually made a statement that he's going to be doing a deportation also with this whole work permits bullshit and the whole thing with the schools. That even if they went to school, as soon as their school is done, it's completely see you later, alligator, deport right away. But again, I mean, I personally think that it's going to be hard for me to believe that they're going to get rid of Freeland and keep Trudeau because I know Trudeau doesn't want to give up his spot to Carney. See, the whole point was to bring in Carney and get rid of Trudeau. All right. So I don't know what the rumors going around, but I mean, Freeland is Justin Trudeau's handler, and I don't know if you know what handler means.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay, so for me to believe that they'll get rid of Freeland and keep Trudeau in there is it's going to be a circus, I guess you could say, for the next month before the summer is done. But it's going to be a circus. I love the movie. This is a great movie, by the way. It's actually better than The Godfather.
Yeah.
But if, like, for example, people were asking me when I woke up this morning, I got a shitload of messages asking me about the whole outages. What was going on with the outages, the banks, and the airlines. And what people got to understand is that the outages were from I forgot the server. I'm gonna look it up what the server was called, so I don't look stupid here. The server was called. It should be right here. CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike. Yeah, CrowdStrike. And what people got to understand is why CrowdStrike went under and failed is because the Dominion voting systems use CrowdStrike as a server.
Okay.
So does that make sense? And they know, the white hats know that they were going to try to steal the election again in November. So they literally took over, I guess you could say. I told everybody there's two things that are happening here. One, they switched over into the new Starlink system where no one can hack it. That's number one. And two is to show everybody that believe in digital currency that this is what happens when you try to go into digital currency, what the negative parts of how much control the government can have over your life. So it's either two things. It's either they switched over to the new Starlink quantum system for internet, or the whole showing the world of what happens if the government had their way with the whole digital currency bullcrap that people have been telling me. Oh my God, they're going to put us in the CBDC, and I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not. And they're gonna, what is it? And they're going to, with this whole monkeypox and the whole Kraken, and then now it's the avian flu. And I was like, no, stop listening to the fear mongers. That whole shit is completely done. But I will tell you, for the people, do not get the shots of, because you're going to have some people now, and you don't know this, Ruddi, but they're trying to give away, make people take, what do you call those shots you take every 10-year? Tetanus shots?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Any and kind of shot. I wouldn't get fuck all.
No, I know, but
fuck all from you.
But now they're tricking people with the tetanus shots. And it's a 3-in-1 shot. And one of the shots, in one of the 3-in-1, and this was from a personal nurse that told me this, is one in the shot is also the mRNA. It's a 3-in-1 shot. Wow. And it's they're really tricking people into getting this, just to let people know, your followers, do not, no matter what, do not even think about taking the flu, because they've been replacing the flu shots since 2007 with mRNA. Yeah, just to let you know.
Fuck.
Because what your viewers probably don't understand, Ruddi, is this whole bullshit with the pandemic was supposed to start in 2009.
Wow.
When the whole SARS COVID. And then Agenda 21 is everything would have been done by the year 2021. But something happened in 2009 that messed up their whole plan. So, because that's when Obama came into power, and this was all supposed to roll out in 2009. Okay? Wow. It fucked up. So they tweaked it in the last 10 years to make sure they wouldn't mess up again. And that's why they came out with the whole coronavirus, which coronavirus has been around since the 60s. It's just a common cold. So Eddie says, don't believe anything Trump says. See, I see you got trolls and bots also, huh?
Well, I like to say, okay, I keep a close watch on what he does. I mean, he somehow got manipulated in the COVID thing.
I could explain Operation Warp Speed, but that's a whole different show of what happened. I'll sum it up for you. It's
Sure.
very simple. Every war has casualties of wars. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So casualties of wars always have women and children and innocent people, old, right? Every war.
Yep.
Okay. Now, like any other war, we're in a spiritual war, we're in a financial war, we're in an information war, we're in a spiritual war, we're in a war to end all wars. All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what happened in 2020 with the whole Trump thing, with Operation Warp Speed, is the plan was to keep the virus fear going for 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Because you know why? They knew people like me and you, Rudy, are smart enough to know that's no such thing as a deadly virus. Okay?
Yes. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
what they were trying to do, the whole plan, is they wanted people to fear by reporting millions of people dying. And they were going to do this for an amount of about 3 years of people dying, and like the crisis actors on the streets where I seen one, he was smoking underneath his tarp and stuff like that. They want to drag this out for 3 years to put as much fear into people that when the shots came around, it was our savior and we would be all lining up.
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah.
Okay. So that's why Trump called it Operation Warp Speed, because he fucked up their plans by bringing it 3 years prior. Now, did he know that it might hurt people? Well, Trump never forced it on anyone. That's for one thing.
No. No.
And Trump's always said hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin, correct?
Yeah, he did do that. He said yeah, that's right. He
Right?
backed it. Yeah, it was a
That's right.
two-edged sword. It was a two-edged sword.
Correct.
Take it or leave it, kind of thing.
Correct. And
Yeah.
now, in order for people to wake up, people have to die. People have to suffer. For the other, for the casualties of people, you have a couple million that die, but you have 400 million that wake up.
Yeah.
You got to you got to balance it out.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
sad.
Canada's definitely been asleep at the wheel. I mean, they
Well,
really needed a wake-up call. Definitely. I see that. I mean,
well,
you look how many people put a mask on their face, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean?
back in 2000, back in 1918 with the whole Spanish flu. There's a whole story behind the Spanish flu that I could teach your viewers. But 18 million people died of the Spanish flu, which was injected, and 2 million soldiers from the United States were injected with a virus. They were shipped over for the war. Then when they came back, the whole thing was telling people in the United States that our soldiers came back with some kind of virus. So they made people wear masks.
Mm.
Now, 18 million people died from the Spanish flu, but 32 million people died of bacterial pneumonia. And you know what that's from? Wearing the mask.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Because the main ingredient in those N95 masks is polymer.
Yeah.
Polymer, which is insulation. Yeah. Right? And that's a true fact. So when you said about Canada, you don't know this, Rudy, because I forgot to mention this to you.
Mm.
But there's a doctor in my hometown here in Moncton, and his name was Richard Garneau, and you can look him up. Richard Garceau, and he was a medical doctor. And when they first sent out those PCR tests, they sent out, I think it was 6,500 to New Brunswick. Okay. Now watch this. This is the good thing. His name is Garceau, Dr. Garceau. He examined the PCR tests, and he found out that every single PCR test that was sent to us, 6,500, they were all infected. There was over 350,000 PCR tests that were sent to Canada, because the whole plan was to scare everybody with this infection. And now 350,000 people were infected. So Garceau, Dr. Garceau from Moncton, he found out that every test kit was contaminated.
Wow.
And they scrapped it all. So he fucked things up for them to start it off, the big fear.
Okay.
And then he got fired.
Oh wow. Yeah, but there was people putting it under tap water and different things, and
Oh yeah,
it was coming out positive.
I did it for my cat.
Right?
I did a live with my cat. I swabbed my cat and it came out positive. I did it with Red Bull. I did it with an orange in front of my viewers. So yeah, no,
Wow.
but I mean, these were actually infected and contaminated with a virus.
Mhm.
They weren't false positives like the other ones. These were actually contaminated.
Wow.
So, and
Cool.
he couldn't tell the people what they were contaminated with
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because he was going to
Wow.
lose his license. Yeah, and you know what? We haven't really heard anything back by Dr. Richard Garso. You can look that up, Matt. By the way, um, it was this guy was just amazing. I actually have it saved to my computer, but he fucked their plans up when the PCRs first came out.
Yeah. Well, that PCR test was not even supposed to be used as a as a diagnostic for an infectious disease
Yep, of
in the
course.
first
Did the
place. In the first
you know
place. Okay.
you know the inventor, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard the story. You know, and he already said, I mean, yeah, once you magnify like 45 cycles, or, you know, you're bound to find all kinds of fragments of past whatever.
Yep,
Doesn't mean they're sick.
yep,
Fuck.
yep. Anything.
It's insane. It was totally a manipulation
Yep,
of the
anything
medical
over
system.
20. Yeah, anything. Oh, sorry, anything over 25 cycles was a false. Anyway, that's all done. That's never coming back. That's in the past. That shit is never going to come back. Not in our lifetime, anyway. Um, the biggest thing that we have to worry about, and it's not worrying, is if they would have assassinated Trump, shit would have hit the fan. That's all I can say. It would have literally caused a civil war, and you don't even understand. It would have been a bad civil war where everybody we would have been screwed. Let's put
Mm.
it that way. So, um, do I believe? Um, See, that's the thing. Do I believe it was staged? I don't know. It's hard for me not to believe that anything is staged in this movie. But all I'm telling you is, if anybody doubts Trump, I could show you a 5-minute video of Trump, which Facebook won't let me share because they already banned 4 of my accounts.
Mm.
Um, and it would make people cry. It would show people a different side of Trump and what Trump has done since he came into power.
Mm.
But I can't show it. I can't show it.
Wow.
I can't show, and that's the sad part. I could send it to you, Rudy, probably somehow. But I don't recommend you put it on your Facebook wall because you'll lose your account like literally within an hour.
Really?
Oh yeah,
They
they'll
don't
shut
want
you down.
nobody to know.
No, they don't want
Total
anyone to see.
silence, everything. Holy shit.
It's got everything with the
Underground.
adrenochrome, the
Oh, I
everything you can
see.
imagine.
I see.
Yeah, someone did.
Wow. Holy shit.
The person that made up this 5-minute video is no longer living.
Wow.
So
Wow.
just like the ladies for the fall of the cabal, you heard about that, right?
Yeah, okay. What about what was is there an ending to that?
The fall of the cabal. Oh my god, dude! There's literally 2 seasons of the fall of the cabal, and she knew, one of the ladies. There's 2 of them. She knew that if she made the 2nd season, that her life was done. And sure enough, as
Wow.
soon as she was done, she did the 2nd season. I can't remember how many episodes she did, and they killed her. Yeah, back in
They
December of
killed
last
her in
year.
that one.
Yeah, they killed her.
Wow.
And she knew she was.
Holy shit.
But you never seen the fall of the cabal?
Yeah, I did, but I don't know what happened to her.
Oh yeah, no, they killed her. And you've
Wow.
seen you've seen Out of the Shadows. I'm sure you've seen Out of the Shadows was another good one. But the Fall of the Cabal, there's a season 2 not too many people know.
Oh,
And
wow.
if you send me a message of your email,
Hmm.
I'll forward you the season 2, and you're going to be amazed of the shit that they worked on. They knew they were going to, and the second lady that did it with her is in hiding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
At this point, huge problem. There was a person located on the water tower. I seen that too, Mad Dog Steve. There's a lot of stuff coming out about that second shooter being on the water tower.
Oh, there's a second shooter?
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't hear about that. This is the first time getting it. What
Hmm.
about the second shooter? How do they know they got a second shooter?
Because there's videos of someone on the water tower, and the water tower is like 450 feet away, which was my 11-year-old could ping off someone with a gun. So they don't believe it was the transgender guy that was on top of the roof, because he was transgender. They're not going to show you that, but he was transgender. But there was a second shooter on the water tank, and Mad Dog, he actually seen it. I've got the video. What's this? Europa, The Last Battle is one of the best documentaries out there if you can find it. Europa. I never heard of it, Mad Dog Steve, but I think the best thing to get people awake would be the Fall of the Cabal, Out of the Shadows, and for some reason there was one more that I can't think of, which is pissing me off. But the Fall of the Cabal, both seasons, would be definitely everything that people would to wake people up.
Right on. Where are we for time here? We got 6:50, so we're almost in an hour. So we got about 5 minutes left, Jeff. What's your favorite topic in this whole mess? What about the migrant situation? Let's go with that,
We're
because
done,
it's a
dude.
mess. It's a mess.
We're done. It's a narrative that they've been planning. We haven't been migrated. We've been invaded. And
Yeah,
the whole
that's what I'm
thing with
talking about.
the whole thing with the immigration, what people don't understand, I'm going to let you guys do something, okay? Is look up the bubble gum theory, okay? Look up the bubble gum theory. It's a 5-minute video to explain what immigration does to a country. It's probably the best theory that anybody could possibly do, that there's no such thing as immigration is a good thing for a country. Look it up. It's a professor that does it in front of thousands of people, and he explains it by using bubble gum. It's the best theory you're ever going to see. So what immigration does to countries that you're seeing right now is very simple. Is immigrant literally destabilizes the countries. They always has, it always will. It's a narrative by destabilizing the healthcare, the welfare system, the schooling system. And you can see it in my little town of Moncton in the past year. We have no teachers coming back to school in September because they're too stressed out with the amount of immigrants that keep getting shoved in their classes every week. Our wait time in the hospital is ridiculous. There's supposed to be 15 nurses on staff. There's only 2 at shifts, 2. And that's how much it's hurting. What people don't understand is when Justin Trudeau says diversity is our strength, that's complete bullshit. You always reverse whatever the government says. Diversity,
Especially him.
Especially him. It's not our strength. It's a weakness.
Yeah.
And another thing, how you know that it's a bullshit thing with the diversity and immigration, is when the federal government offers any business, if they hire immigrants, they will subsidize their pay. You know there's something wrong.
Yep.
You know there's something wrong. I have a university.
Away Canadian jobs.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Because they want to put Canadian. They programmed us, Rudy, to make us believe that Canadians are lazy. All right. They've been putting that out there. It's been a narrative that they've been bringing out there. That's not true.
Yeah.
But when the government has to subsidize businesses, then you know there's something wrong.
They're cutting Canadian jobs.
Correct. But if you're a business owner, Rudy, and you didn't have any morals, and the government says, Rudy, you got 10 employees, you hire 10 immigrants, you pay $5 an hour, we're gonna subsidize the other $10. What is Rudy gonna do? If you have no morals, you're saving.
You're gonna take them on. Yeah, you're gonna save money.
You're
entering into the trough. You're just entering into the trough. You're going to save all this money by not hiring Canadian,
and
but going along with the government bullshit. Yeah, I get you. I know.
Yeah, and it's going to get. And I'm hoping, and I know Pierre is going to do it. He hasn't said it yet because he knows what would happen if he says anything about the immigration. You know, and I know the news will be all over him, and he's walking on eggshells right now. So he's got to watch what he says, which I know he does.
Mm.
But I know for a fact he literally said he's shutting the gates of the immigration. But the problem is, Ruddi, they're already here.
Yeah, exactly.
There's enough here right now
Yep.
that it's enough to damage the economy. Let's
Yes.
just put it that way.
Yep.
And that's the sad
I
part,
agree.
my friend.
And I think it's going to still get. I think it's still going to get a little worse yet.
Oh,
To
of
tell you the
course, they'll get
truth,
worse before it gets better.
I think it's going to get a bit worse yet because this shuffle with Trump and everything going in, and it's going to have a ripple. Believe me, I think
Oh yeah,
there's more coming.
they're gonna fill up.
Oh yeah,
What the Liberal Party are doing, Ruddi, and it's common sense, is, and it makes a lot of sense for them, is they're gonna fuck the economy so bad right now because they know they're done.
yeah,
So
yeah,
for the next 10 years, the next
yeah, yeah.
10 years, they're going to blame the conservatives on why they can't fix the country. That's the plan because they know they're screwed. So we are in for a rough ride. All right. How do we get rid of the immigrants? Well, Pam, here's how we're going to do it. And it's very simple. Look up the words Nazera Jazera. And I don't know if Ruddi knows this, but
No, I don't know
Nazera
this.
Jazera. Okay. Nazera Jazera is a national and global thing that's coming for everybody's going to get a universal basic income. Now, everybody around the world is going to get this. All right. They're already talking about it in the States. They're already letting everyone know across the sea. It's coming out. It's coming. Now, in order for the immigrants to get that universal basic income, they have to, wherever they're originated, is the only place they can get that monthly money that's coming to them.
Good.
Just to let you know.
Good.
Okay. That's the only way, and it's going to happen because if you're from India or Punjabi or whatever the fucking toilet bowl they come from,
Yep.
If you know you're going to get $2,000 a month, you're going back to India.
Cool.
Right? Because the funny thing is, check this out, brother. My girlfriend's a teacher, and she tutors these Mexican surgeons, husband and wife team. They're surgeons. They moved from Mexico to Moncton. When the Mexican both look at her the other day and say, Jeff, I'm not going to say her name. They're like, did you notice there's a lot of Indian people from India in Moncton? Now, when you have Mexican immigrants telling us that they've noticed that the world or Canada is filled, because they were in Toronto and they got out of Toronto because they couldn't believe how much Toronto was filled. They moved from Toronto to Moncton, New Brunswick, and now they said it's filled with immigrants from India. And they said, why? Because they can't explain it. They don't understand it. Why Canada accepts so many? There's a problem when immigrants are complaining. And a girl that works for, she was my ex-girlfriend. She's one of the managers at Dairy Queen, and she's Filipino. She told me and my son this the other day. She goes, Jeff, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but I'm an immigrant myself. Why is there so many Indians here? So when you have the immigrants complaining about the other immigrants, there's something wrong here.
It's like they just dumped on us completely from all over, an invasion from all sides, and what an eye opener! I'll tell you.
It's an invasion. It's not an immigration.
Fuck.
It's an invasion.
It's an invasion. Is right. I've been saying that for all along too, as myself. Anyway, Jeff, I think that's a mouthful. What do you think? You want to end with something or what? What's the most important thing that comes to your mind?
I think it's for your followers. I mean, look up Nazera Jazera, guys, because it's coming. Believe it or not, it really is coming. Look up if you really want to know what's happening behind the scenes or what's been happening behind the scenes. Look up Fall of Cabal. They have season 1. They have season 2. Season 1 has like 26 episodes. I'm going to send it to Ruddi in his email. If you guys want to find out about it, ask Ruddi. Send him a message. I'll send it to him. You guys would be amazed. A woman lost her life over this to show the world what was going on. So it's people like us, digital soldiers, that have to share it, because obviously it's not going to get out on the on Facebook and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send that to you, Ruddi.
Okay.
Bubblegum
Yeah,
theory. Look that up for the whole thing for
yeah,
immigration.
we'll get
And I think that
into
would be it for, to keep your people in line. And trust me when I
yeah,
say Trump is here for a reason.
yeah. I think so too. I do think it's crazy, but I think so too. Anyways, Jeff, I want to thank you so much for coming in. We gotta do this again, bro. I think we unpacked a little bit, quite a bit actually, for the
Just one more
time we had.
just one more
Sure, go
thing.
ahead. Go ahead, shoot.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, damn. We lost him right at the end. Maybe he'll come back in. I don't know. Maybe we still got him. Damn. Just a minute. I don't know. There. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Let's add to stage. We got you there. There. We got you back, Jeff. Go ahead.
All right, Ruddi. I want to thank you, Ruddi, for yeah, yeah. I want to thank you, Ruddi, for bringing me on. I usually don't do podcasts with other guys because they don't like talking about Trump and stuff. Besides, stuff that they think is going to happen. But you're a cool dude. We talked on the phone. So yeah, anytime you want to invite me on, and I'm going to do the reverse. I'm going to invite you on the Jeff Freedom podcast. It's called Real and
Right
Raw
on.
Truth. I usually
Rock
do
and roll.
twice a week, but in the summer I'm only doing on Monday nights.
Okay.
Yeah, Monday nights. Yeah, 9 o'clock. I usually have a good following, a good Freedom family. I'll bring you on so you can gain some followers, and yeah, we'll definitely get together again.
Cool. Sounds cool. I just want to thank you again, Jeff, for popping in, because I'm trying to bring
Sounds like a
out
plan.
that awareness as much as possible about what's going on. You know what I mean? Sure, I'm in the middle of this petition and stuff, but it's good to let the people know really a lot of the other shit that's going on too. You know what I mean? This is stuff you don't get on mainstream media. You know what I mean? So, thanks again, Jeff. As I sign you out, thanks for coming in. Okay.
Correct.
Um, that's that.
Uh,
Oh, sorry, I kicked him at the wrong time. Sorry about that, Jeff. We'll get on to the next one. We'll we'll do it again. But ladies and gentlemen, for a $20 donation, I'm going to put in my email for you, and you can send in a $20 donation. Will get you one of my cool pens. I'll show it to you in a second here. Okay. This is one of my pens. Hope you can see that. It's got a little thing on there for your phone or your tablet. It's a versatile kind of pen. You can get that for a $20 donation. Just send it into ruddybruce at gmail.com. Or you can get one of the Ruddi Bruce broadcast mugs for a donation of $35. And you can send that by e-transfer to ruddybruce at gmail.com. We are still stationed here at the Flying J for a few more days and making plans for where I'm going next. So, Monday, 6 o'clock is the next broadcast. And if you're in the Saskatoon area, come see us. Where we've got the Mobile Camp for Justice 2024 running the petition, the sovereign petition, that I need everybody to sign because, hey, now it's our turn to speak up, believe me. And we need numbers on that petition. It's a big time, a big important thing. Put them conservatives right up against the ropes, and let's get Trudeau charged. Or the charges for all of them, guilty motherfuckers, have to be addressed. And we put the pressure on Parliament. That's what that petition is about. So please get it out there, get the message out there, and get that petition signed. Petition for the Sovereign's petition. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's a hot day. I'm going to cancel it out sooner than later. I mean, the petition. Look on my Facebook page. You'll find links on look for the mobile camp for freedom posts. You'll see them there. Links to the petition there. You'll see Trudeau for treason. The petition is linked in there. So I've got a few posts out there with the link in there, and you'll find it. I'll even post the petition itself. I've done that too as well. Just look for my Facebook page or look in the Ruddi Burst Broadcast group or the Ruddi Burst Broadcast page or wherever. It's there. You'll find it. Get involved, Canadians, because it's our country and our country is not for sale to any of these criminals. So we got to start voicing ourselves and taking our country back for what they've done was criminal. So we need you to get on board, get on that petition, and sign. In the meantime, share. Okay, put up a like, put up a comment. Let us know you're still alive, like myself. And thanks again, Jeff, for coming in. We're going to have Jeff back again in the very near future as well. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the show today. And I'll be back Monday at 6 o'clock. And I'll see you then. Ciao for now.